Hey everybody, it's LTM here. I'm at the Cinemark right now, and I'm about to go and watch Snow White. Just want to point out and say, it's been a while since I've done these vlogs. I've been really busy with the job, and most of the movies that I've been going out to see have not been very well wanted to talk about, because I probably would have said the same thing over and over. The one movie I wanted to talk about but never tried to do a vlog on, but never got around to doing it, was for the Looney Tunes movie that was out last weekend. But I did go see that movie, and if you haven't seen it, I really recommend you go check out The Day the Earth Blew Up. That movie deserves a lot of attention, and it deserves to be talked about, and really good movie if you haven't seen it yet. But today I want to talk about Snow White. I grew up with the original Snow White, like a lot of people. It's not one of my favorite Disney films nowadays, but I remember really liking it a lot as a kid, and I remember how really creepy and dark it was too. And Snow White is technically the first ever Disney film ever made. People seem to forget that back in the 30s, Walt Disney himself always wanted to make an animated feature film. Because people back then, a long time ago, they were like, nobody could sit down and watch a cartoon more than later than 10 minutes, let alone 90. So Walt went with the idea anyways, and it actually turned out to be a landmark in animation. It would go on to become an instant hit. It was praised by critics at its premiere and had a standing ovation too. So the original film has been re-released numerous times. There's a ride at Walt Disney World, which I tried getting on the mine train, the dwarf mine train, and I just never got around to riding it because the lines were so long for it. So at least from what I remember. So anyways, I love the original film. So when I heard they were going to remake Snow White into a live-action film, which was not surprising given that these Disney live-action remakes keep making money, I did kind of roll my eyes at it, and I was like, really? Snow White? I mean, not that Snow White can't be remade. There's so many other adaptations and so many others that are not from Disney that are slightly better or slightly don't do very well. And I just think we had so many Snow White movies that from other non-Disney companies, and I feel like this is just another attempt to try to bring that back. And then I heard about the controversies about stuff involving the dwarves and the casting and the actress that's playing Snow White herself, and I was so nervous about going into this movie. So I'm going to go into this movie with an open mind. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad, I don't know. Everybody, the internet's pretty much split with it at this point, so who knows where I'll end up in. So this is LTM, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, just got out of Snow White. So as I stated at the beginning of this review, I grew up with the original Snow White. I know about the controversy surrounding it, and people either love or hate this film. So what did I think of Snow White? I'm right down the middle of it. It's not a good film, but I don't think it's as bad as some people say it make it out to be. I'm going to explain. So Snow White, she was a little girl. Her mother died in an illness. And they called her Snow White because when she was born, it started snowing and stuff like that. But it turns out her father, the king, married this new woman who turns out to be evil, which we go on to know she's the evil queen. And basically, Snow White grows up. She's a maid and everything. She, this guy tries to kill her, but then the killer says, "Go before I change my mind." It's sort of similar to the original, where someone tried to kill her and then she escapes. She's in the forest, comes across this cottage, which happens to have dwarves in it. And then the movie's supposed to be, I guess, is her trying to figure out where her father is, or if her father's still alive, which I won't get into that. But basically, it's similar to the original, but there are some changes. First of all, the movie's longer than the original, strangely, and there are different songs. There are different some of the songs are still the same, just with an upbeat, modern sense of humor, modern day feel to it. The movie I'm straight down the middle with this movie. I'll get to the positives first. First of all, the songs, like I said, some of the new ones are actually pretty good. The old ones, they do have like a modern day feel to it, and they did a good job with that part. The acting's good for the most part. We're gonna get to that part in a minute, but especially the woman who, I forgot her name, but the woman who played Snow White did a fantastic job. She's got a really good singing voice. I do like that the story was trying to add some new elements to it. Like I said, this is like a somewhat different, completely different version than the original. And there are some scenes that work. However, the problem is that some of the new stuff in the story doesn't really isn't well executed, which results in the story felt unengaging to me. I was not getting into the story and everything, like unlike the original film where all the emotion and all the charm was just gone in this film. It's just unengaging. The CGI on the dwarves are fine. I did get used to it as the movie went on, but I think the movie would have worked a lot better if they added real life, dwarf looking at actors instead of putting them all CGI. And it was kind of distracting. I wouldn't be lying if I said it was. The evil witch, I could not stand the evil queen. Sorry, I don't know why I called her a witch. She turns elderly into a witch, so the evil queen in this was completely miscast. I thought her performance was just, it just didn't feel right. I know she's trying. She's a good actress. Gal Gadot is a good actress, but she was not right for the evil queen. The pacing is sluggish and just wasn't really that great. So overall, short review, but this new version of Snow White is just there. It's not a bad film. I do like, if you love the original so much, if you're a fan, you probably won't dig this movie out. But if you're just someone who goes to see these live action remakes, or if you have kids, this is fine. It's just, don't expect something huge out of it. Instead of giving y'all a recommendation, I'll just say this. You'll go see it, you'll get curious, and you're either going to like the film but not consider it as your favorite, or you're just going to watch this film and then just forget about this one and then go back to watching the original. So, Snow White 2025 gets a 6 out of 10. It's not a bad film. Like I said, I've seen worse. It's just, I think it could have been a lot better. Alright guys, that's Snow White. I hope y'all enjoyed this vlog. Please subscribe, comment below, let me know. This is ZLTM, and I'll see you guys later.